But first, after an Australia Day yesterday spent out in the real world where people love their country and their flag, I've come back to the studio tonight feeling a lot more optimistic than I have for some time. Now, a lot of this I put down to The Voice, where finally the silent majority spoke, and having realised they're not alone, they are now unwilling to just let the hard left minority dominate the Australian debate.
We love our country, and there's no other country like it.
I love Australia. I'm Australian through and through.
Celebrating what Australia's all about, like just everyone just getting together and having a good time.
Freedom, the sun, and equality.
I'm a proud Australian, and I think we should all celebrate this day.
Isn't she gorgeous? Everyday Australians standing up and speaking out, and it really feels like they're taking back their country. And maybe too, there's a Trump factor playing out here. He's certainly shaking things up amongst the politically correct crowd, so maybe that's why Australians are taking heart from his success. Whatever it is, yesterday there was far less angst and ambivalence about our celebration of Australia Day. There were larger than usual crowds at the big celebrations around Sydney Harbour and Bondi Beach, at Melbourne's Federation Square, Brisbane's New Farm Park and elsewhere around the country. As well, at least some of the councils that were previously refusing to hold citizenship ceremonies on our National Day had bowed to popular pressure, because what better day could there be to become a new Australian than Australia Day? Not only has the IPA polling shown that support for celebrating Australia Day on January 26 has grown by 6% to almost 70% over the past year, but polling in the 9 papers has also shown a big leap in support for January 26, from 47% 2 years ago to 61% now. Naturally, that hasn't stopped the haters, but their numbers are falling away. New South Wales Police estimated that an Invasion Day crowd, so-called, at Sydney's Belmore Park was about half of last year's numbers. And only about half of the numbers expected even bothered to turn up to the protest march in Melbourne. Now, you'll notice the presence at the Melbourne march of the Palestinian flag no less prominent than the Aboriginal one. So this was really a renter crowd, the same idiots who glue themselves to roads alongside a whole lot of angst-ridden adolescents, too busy to be outraged about getting any understanding of our history in Australia or that of the Middle East. Ignorant and indignant, what a combination. Well, how refreshing was it for me yesterday to be in the company of a whole lot of young people who love their country, love their flag, and they're fed up with their activist peers too. So take heart in my message tonight, because the tide is well and truly turning. And a good part of that in recent months was Peter Dutton's insistence here on my program that we are one people under one flag, and that it's not only okay but important that we celebrate our country and our blessings.
I am so proud to have been here today with young Australians, with older Australians, but people who are committed to our country, who want a better life for their children and grandchildren. We do live in the best country in the world, and today is an opportunity to celebrate what that means.
Yesterday, the opposition leader spent Australia Day in his electorate, but extraordinarily, that led the Prime Minister to accuse him of snubbing our National Day.
I'm here on Australia Day, and it's a pity that Peter Dutton isn't here. I think that the National Australia Day events should be attended by both sides of the Parliament.
I mean, sorry? The bloke who stands behind 3 flags and wanted to divide us all by race in the Constitution is giving the defender of our flag and a colourblind Constitution a serve on national TV on our National Day. Honestly, Copacabana is calling you, Elbow, and your strategists are wondering why more and more Peter Dutton is seen as the Prime Minister in waiting. That's why. That is absolutely why.